It's a great day, sports world. What's up to all the sports lovers, the haters, the addicts, and the fanatics out there? This is Larry Patterson with GT365. That's Game Time 365 Sports right here on the GTSN. That's the Game Time Sports Network. I'm on it. It's free agency frenzy. Yesterday, Monday was the big day. Tuesday, we're gonna cover it all. Here's Wednesday, and I mean, I'm lost for words because my team haven't done nothing but give us socks, draws, and t-shirts and stuff like that. It's like Christmas. I see the Raiders had a pretty good Christmas, and we will get into that because I know you got some things on your mind. We got a trade, be bought back. Been a long time since that happened, right? How you
It's been
doing
a
today?
while.
How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm coping. But in all seriousness, I know we joked about it last night, whatever. But hey, man, I mean, it is what it is. It's a business, man. I mean, people get cold feet, and people can spin things X, Y, and Z, or why this happened, or why it didn't happen. It's part of the game, man. We could be sitting over here like the Broncos, signing kickers, punters, and fullbacks, but we. But that's another story for another day. It's not. It's not. This is about the NFL in general, in a whole, not about the Broncos or Raiders day. We'll say that for another day.
I I I was cool until you brought that up. But we
No,
we 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 gonna keep it steady here. And what we like to do is go through teams one by one because I mean we look at the whole landscape of the NFL, not just one team. That's one thing that we're both good at. Uh, let's start here like with the Arizona Cardinals, right? Uh, and some of the moves that they made. They They got Tyler Algier on a 2 year, 12.25. They got Gardner Minshew, backup role. Well, actually, I wouldn't say backup role. It's, whoever that quarterback is right now. You got
Brissett still there.
yeah, Brissett's still there, but that's two backups. So like, may the best backup win. I guess they'll be getting ready for what's in the future. LJ Collier signed a 1 year, so he re-signed Isaac Sayamayo from the Eagles. He signed a 3 year, 31. Kendrick Bourne signed 2 year, 10. James Conner signed back. Uh, Andrew Wingard, guys like that. Kyler Murray, he got released. So, you got anything on the Cardinals?
Nah, man, I don't have much on the Cardinals, man. I mean, they're making depth signings. Monty, he's probably gonna try to solve the quarterback position probably in the second round this year. Um, well, I'll say the first round this year. He'll solve the quarterback position, hopefully. Now I don't have anything on the Cardinals, man. They're still trying to find pieces to fit their puzzle.
Darnell Mooney got released by the Falcons yesterday. They signed eliminates the kids. Well, not yesterday, but Monday. Eliminates the kids. Signed back with him. Austin Hooper to sign with the Falcons. Jake Bailey, Nick Folk, Jahan Dotson was a surprise signing for them. 2 year, 15. Cam Thomas, former Arizona Cardinal. And with Christian Harris, Troy Anderson, Aziz Ojolari, released Kirk Cousins. So the Falcons didn't really do a whole lot. Um, in free agency there. Baltimore Ravens signed Jalen Hawkins, Chidobe Awuzie, Lamar Jackson, converted some cash. Trey Hendrickson, 4 year, 112.
Mm.
To signed John Simpson to a 3 year, 30. Snoop Huntley, 2 year, 5. Um, anything about the Ravens in here, or do you want to wait? Because while we're here, Trey Hendrickson did sign the 4 year deal,
Yeah,
and Trey Hendrickson I'm surprised that he got a deal like that. Well, not surprised that he got a deal like that, but him being the age that he is, you would think a team, would be hesitant on giving him that kind of money. What are your thoughts to that, Ron?
I mean, I thought for sure Dallas was gonna be the ones to pop in and make a play for Trey, which I thought he would have been one of them day one signees. But they played his hand, saw some stuff unfold that he didn't think would be unfolding in front of him, and you know what they always say, man. You get a quality pass rusher from another team in your division. You weakening your division in the Cincinnati Bengals, man. So it's something they desperately need. Get him alongside Mike Green. Mike Green is young and talented, coming out of formerly UVA. I forgot where he went to school at. Marshall, sorry. And so yeah, it's definitely gonna help them out. I don't know if that's the end all be all because they have more holes on the team now. On the offensive line, um, secondary. Outside of Wiggins and Hamilton and Starks, Marlon's not the guy he used to be 5-6 years ago. Um, you don't have Isaiah Likely. He signed with the Giants. You gave Mark Andrews a new 3-year, 39. I don't understand that. But that's a decision that they made. Yeah, man, and we'll see what happens.
And he gets to see the Bengals twice. So what a way to stick it to him. For the Bills, they signed Bradley Chubb today, 3 year, 43 and a half. Didn't really understand that right there. That's probably like a 1 year. And most of these 3 year deals that's being reported is like 1 years. But Bradley Chubb continues to get contracts. Let's see if he can transition that to staying healthy on the field.
Bro, what is Brandon Bean doing?
I'm not understanding. He did trade for DJ Moore. I think we might have talked about that already. Traded for DJ Moore for 2026 fifth round pick and a 2026 second round pick. They signed Dawson Knox to a restructured contract. Tyler Bass, Mitch Wisniewski, Kyle Allen, D offer was a signing. I'm like, do you remember the Justin Jefferson tape?
Yeah.
So D offer signed 3 year, 15.75. Released Taylor Rapp. They released a lot of other guys.
I'm
Buffalo.
just talking about from the perspective of he keep going to get these old pass rushers. Remember when they signed Von Miller to the 6-year deal like a couple seasons ago, 4 or 5 seasons ago, and then you go and swing and you get Bradley Chubb that ain't been the same since his second year in Denver. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand that. But when you got the owner on your side, and you know owner saying that Keon Coleman want the guy, and so when you got that luxury, you can do what you want to do. So
Do you feel like they could have went a different direction other than DJ Moore?
sure, you could have went AJ Brown.
Who knows if they wanted to pay up for that now?
You,
If
you,
he didn't want to give Miami 2026 this year, but he was willing to give him the 27. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you converted some of Josh Allen cash to 40 million. I mean, converted 40 million of it. So if DJ Moore going for a two, AJ Brown going for a one off rip. So whoever, so I feel they could have did got AJ
and
Brown.
Josh cleared up. Josh converted 15.2, so
Yeah,
that cleared 12.1.
exactly. Not to say they might not be still out the running, what they very well could be, but I mean, I feel like DJ Moore is not moving the needle from you getting past the Chiefs and those top teams in the AFC. I'm not even gonna say the other team name right now because they on my shit list. So
The Carolina Panthers, another team that's been very, very active. They signed John Mechie today, 1 year
mm,
contract. You had Derek Brown convert some cash. Stone Forsythe signed a 1 year. Luke Fortner, center, he signed a 1 year. David Moore signed a 1 year. Isaiah Simmons, Devin Lloyd, 3 year, 45. That was a surprise one right there for me. Kenny Pickett signed a 1 year, seven and a half. There was a Robert Rochelle, cornerback, 1 year contract. A Caleb Evans, 1 year. Jalen Phillips, 4 year, 120. That was the one I was surprised because I thought Philly was going to re-sign him, but that and then Yeah. So that Jalen Phillips one was the one that moved the needle for me. And then you turn around, you get Devin Lloyd. Uh, Carolina ready to compete in 2026.
Yeah, man, I think that Jalen Phillips one kind of tells you what what they were trying to do. They got to get after the quarterback. They missed out on Milton Williams Milton Williams last year because remember he was supposed to go to Milton Williams supposed to go to Carolina, but ended up swinging back and going to New England. So they couldn't miss out twice. So
You
can you hear
good?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said they missed out on Milton Williams last year because he's supposed to sign with Carolina, but he ended up swinging and going to New England. So I feel like Carolina was like, yeah, we're not gonna get screwed over twice, 2 years back to back. Jalen Phillips, 28, got upside. I mean, he was great for I mean, not New England, but Philadelphia when he was there for his short time. So it's a high risk, high reward thing, man. But you also can get burnt. But they need to fortify that defensive line, in front of those linebackers, especially Devin Lloyd now. So I like the signing, man. People might say it's a little rich, but with teams like Panthers, you got to pay a little more to get what you need. So I'm okay with it.
Derek Brown over there too to add, for the defensive line to uh, to get more aggressive over there. What do you feel about the Devin Lloyd signing? Did they pay a little too much? Or?
No, I thought it would come in with a little more because I'm looking at the N'Kobe Dean and and Quay Walker signing. Quay only signed for $5 million less, but I don't know, man. I feel like you guys, you kept saying to me that hey, you might be in the lowest, sweepstakes, but we all know who y'all saying. But but yeah, I mean it's good for Carolina, man. They're doing it the right way. Dan Morgan is he's a GM. He was a former first round pick. Played middle linebacker, so he knows the system. I mean, not know the system, but know how to play the position. He know what he's looking for. So, and I think that was great for him. Sucks for Jacksonville, because I think he was on his way, but he only had 1 year of true breakout production. So it's kind of you don't want to commit too much money to him because you don't know what you're going to get. But at the same time, it's like let him go out and test the market and come back to us to see if we can match. And if we can, we will. We'd like to have you back. If not, your new team will be more than welcome to have you.
Chicago Bears signed Jedrick Wills, former where I think he was like an All Pro at one
Yeah,
time.
he was top 10 pick, I think.
Yeah, from Cleveland.
The left tackle from
Yeah,
Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
So he signed in 1 year with Chicago today. Gary Bradbury traded to Chicago from New England for a 2027 fifth round pick. So they showing up that offensive line after uh, who was it that Drew Dalman retired surprisingly at the beginning of the week. So they trying to do everything they can to show up that center spot. Katavius Street, Cam Lewis, Khalif Raymond's surprise signing. Well, I didn't say surprise signing, but it's an underrated signing right there to add to the wide receiver room. Braxton Jones, Case Keenum signed there as a backup role. Kobe Bryant from Seattle. That's going to be key because now Kevin Byard, he went to New England. They also signed Neville Gallimore, DeMarco Jackson, Tremaine Edwards got released. So that's the Chicago Bears. I think they did what they had to do as far as jumping on the interior spot with the center spot. They did a good job of tackling that real fast. Cincinnati Bengals, Boye Mafe, 3 year, $60 million deal. Brian Cook, former chief safety, 3 year, 40.25. Dalton Reisner, he had signed a 1 year. That was earlier. That was earlier. But yeah, that's the two moves that they made. So I know they were pretty bad on defense. Toward the end of the year, they started to pick up a little bit. But I mean, you signing two defensive guys.
Look, it's more than what they had last year. I promise you that. You know how I've been dragging them for like the last 8, 9, 10 months about their defense. So it just goes to show you what they're going to do with their first round pick coming up in 6 weeks here. You know what they're doing. They're addressing the front line. If Caleb Downs is there at 10, best believe he would not lead the state of Ohio. They might even have to go up and get him a little bit for just to secure, that difference maker on the back end. But that's another episode for another day.
Cleveland, Jack Stoll, 1 year. Titus Howard.
Who?
Jack Stoll.
I ain't heard of him.
From Philly. Backup
it ain't ringing the bell.
Titus Howard signed a 2-year, 45. Elgin Jenkins signed a 2-year, 24. Tevin Jenkins signed a contract. Quincy Williams came from the Jets, I believe. Zion Johnson. So Cleveland been on the road here trying to shore up that offensive line after losing all those guys.
I know. After we trashed them. And to be honest with you, they still could take those 2 first-round picks and get tackles. It don't matter. But Titus Howard, Elton Jenkins, those experienced guys have been around. Been around the league and played in some good ball in this league. So yeah, it's a start for sure.
Dallas Cowboys did some work, so they did a lot more being productive around this time of the year than they usually are. Tyrus Wheat signed a 1 year. Rashawn Gary traded to Dallas from Green Bay for a 2027's 4th round pick. I believe they made another trade as well too. PJ Locke signed with Dallas. I'm not mad at that. He goes back home. See what he can make of over there. Sam Williams, Jonathan Mingo, Jalen Thompson came over from Arizona. So they've been doing some work, man. Who was it? Who did they just a couple trades just happened. They traded Osa Odigizua to the 49ers for a 3rd round pick. And then they sent Solomon Thomas to the Titans for a 7th round.
7th, yeah.
Yeah. Dallas working, ain't it? Trying to get that shore up that defense.
They trying. Secondary, I mean, they can use some help in the secondary. They don't have Trayvon Diggs anymore, but you traded for Logan Wilson. You don't have him no more. So, efforts are being made, man. You got Rashawn Gary for a couple dollars. So, it ain't, and it's for a lack of effort. It ain't the big name, splashy names that we used to. Well, they ain't signed nobody big and splashing about whatever though. But since Dion probably or T.O., but they try and fortify that front. After you lose Michael Parsons, then you trying to scramble and get cheaper. But I get it. All your money's on the offensive side of the ball between 3 players. So.
And they're going out of the max sweepstakes too, so that they get to keep those 2 first and continue to build. So I hate to go here, but the Denver Broncos re-signed Alex Singleton.
Really? I tried to hold it, man. I couldn't hold it. I tried to hold it. It's going to piss you off. I know it is. I tried to hold it.
Re-signed Alex Singleton, 2-year, 15. Released Drake Greenlaw, so that cleared up about $6 million. Re-signed J.K. Dobbins to a 2-year, 20. Really, it's a 1 year with a $8 million guarantee. Nate Atkins signed a contract extension 1 year. Sam Ellinger 1 year. Adam Troutman 3 years, 17. 3 years, $17 million, bro.
My boy over there sick.
Justin Sernay, 3 year, 18. Okay. Alex Palzewski, let's go on to the next team, because there's nothing that needs to be said.
I feel you on that, bro.
And we could. It's 6:59. We got a target time to get out of here, and I'll be ready. So we're just gonna save that for another day. We're gonna go into the Detroit Lions. Uh, Juice Scruggs got traded there from Houston for David Montgomery and a pick. Teddy Bridgewater, Rocky Sin, Malcolm Rodriguez signed back. Isaiah Pacheco, that a little sneaky there. You had that with Jameer Gibbs, you know.
I like the Montgomery Gibbs thing a lot better, man, because you get that hammer, you get that lightning, man. But Pacheco, man, he coming off lower leg injuries, man. I don't know if I trust him to stay healthy, man. It's only a 2 year deal, so they can get it after one. So I mean, experienced runner, they've been in a couple Super Bowls, so I respect it.
They also signed Larry Bourne at right tackle, Cade Mays, who was at Carolina last year. He did some good work there.
Sneaky
Uh,
good signing. You got him for $8 million too a year. Sneaky good signing. Great.
yeah, so
I think he was the second best center on the market, and you get him for $8 million for great. That was a good coup.
so Detroit doing some things. Green Bay also doing some things, quietly with traded for Zaire Franklin for Kobe Wooden to Indianapolis. Signed Javon Hargrave 2 year 23 today. Brandon Cox Jr. 1 year 2.5. Sky Moore, where the hell has he been? um, uh,
Around.
Benjamin St. Jude signed 2 year 10. Darian Kennard 2 year, 1 year. Um, and then they traded Rashawn Gary. So they've been doing some quiet things there. Nick Neiman signed a 1 year 2.2. Um, Houston, Foster Morello, your boy, ain't it?
Yeah, man. Got him
Man,
for
let
the
me get the hell
Chiefs.
out of Vegas, man.
No, he said let me get the hell out of New Orleans. What you talking about?
Oh, he was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I thought he was with y'all last year.
No. No, because he went to New Orleans when Derek
Yeah,
Carr
he
was
did.
New
He
Orleans.
did. He
Yeah.
did. He did. My bad. Mario Edwards got released. David Montgomery, as we talked about, got traded there. Logan Hall signed a 2 year 13. Um, Reed Blankenship, a surprise there. 3 year 24. Sheldon Rankin signed a 2 year. Um, Released Joe Mixon, and then Daniil Hunter signed the 1 year 40.
Mm.
Kyrie Fairbairn becomes the highest paid kicker in the league with the 2 year 13. Um, the They also traded for a punter, Kai Kruger from New Orleans. So that's pretty much what the Texans did. Braden Smith 2 year 20. Um, Quiet moves. Uh, Indianapolis, Daniel Jones signed 2 year 88, 60 million guaranteed. And
Financial Hall of Famer, boy. I'm trying to tell you. He know
yes,
how to
he
get a
is.
bag.
Yes, he is. And I feel like he was worth every bit of that money in like the first
Eight
what
weeks.
8 weeks.
Yep.
I was telling y'all, man, Daniel Jones on the way, man. Comeback player of the year. And y'all looked at me like I was crazy. And then he ended up doing Daniel Jones things that resulted to him tearing his Achilles. So Michael Clemens signed with the Colts 3 year 17. The Kobe Wooden, as we mentioned, defensive tackle from Green Bay, traded there for Zaire Franklin. Arden Key signed a 2 year 20. Alec Pierce becomes, I don't even say the highest paid, but he's getting paid more than like DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, who just got traded from there, a couple other players. Um, but yeah, how do you feel about the Alec Pierce signing? Because like he jumped on the scene the year before, but like last year was like his year, and I think he can really capitalize on that. What do you think about that?
Shoot, 20 yards a catch. You can get
Yeah,
paid. You getting paid. I don't care who you is. 20 yards a catch, you getting paid. And then, like I said, the coach drafted him, and he's been through the system, been in the community, and I know everybody sees free agency and they're like the money. These coaches spending money, but you got to realize, man. Yes, you want to get the best of these football players, but ownership realize that hey, these players that we're paying they've been a part of this community for so long. So that holds some weight as well, So that he's a great community person. Um, you never hear him in any trouble. No, stay clean. All he do is go out there and catch the ball. And whether he's number one, number two, him and Michael Pittman shared roles. But yeah, man, I ain't never gonna hate on nobody getting 1-4 for what 116. Get paid, young man. Get paid, man. So I enjoy. I think I enjoy that for him, but I also like it more for Daniel Jones because he'll have some continuity coming back from when he comes back off his injury and rehab. He'll have his main guy there, along with Josh Downs as well. But we know Alec Pierce gonna be the field stretcher for them and get majority of the bomb. So
I think they low key go receiver in the draft too. I ain't gonna say they don't
I
have.
don't I, I don't know that. Yeah, they don't have a first round
Yeah,
pick
they
for the
don't.
next. So I mean, yeah, second round. Yeah,
Um,
so, yeah.
Monteric Buster Brown signed a 3-year, 31.8. Dennis Gardick, 2 years, 6.5. Johnny Munt got released. Chris Rodriguez, former Commander running back, 2-year, 10 for the Jaguars. Jaguars making some quiet moves, not a whole lot. Um, so like as a Denver fan, like I don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? There's some of these teams like there's a couple other teams that we'll get to here in a minute didn't make a whole lot of moves either. And there's still guys out there. Kansas City, another team that was pretty active here. Aloy Gilman, 3-year, 24. Signed Tyquan Thornton back. Travis Kelsey, 1-year, 12. Uh, Cyrus Tunga, is that how you say
Yeah.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Was 3-year, 21. Kenneth Walker, that's the one right here. 3-year, 43. And I'm glad Denver didn't. I didn't want to pay a running back that much, especially coming off that. He does have a little bit of an injury history, a little bit, but it would have been an upgrade. But it's not an upgrade that I'm willing to, to donate all that money to. Um, that was pretty much what they did for Kansas City. Any thoughts on that, Travis
Nah,
Kelsey?
man, I like the Ken Walker signing for them for the simple fact that he's we had this conversation off air. The trade he still has good trade left on his tires, man. He's been sharing half the carries with Zach Charbonnet and those bevy of running backs for the last past couple of years. He hasn't really carried a full load by himself for a whole season, so he's still fresh. We know Kelsey's giving he on his last year. Ken Walker can do a little bit out the backfield. He gives you a different running style than Pacheco and the backs that came before them. So yeah, man. I mean, it's gonna be definitely interesting to see how Mahomes integrate him into Andy Reid integrate him into the offense, take some pressure off Mahomes, and they have some more issues they have to solve outside wide receiver, maybe two wide receivers. So yeah, man, I like the signing for him. I hate it. I hate it for me personally, but I like it for the Chiefs. So
Yeah, because we got to see it twice a year and stuff. But the LA Chargers, Deshaun Phillips, I believe he was already with them 2 years, 7.5. Trey Pipkins signed a 2-year, 10. Dean Leonard, 1 year, 2. Alec Ingold, former Miami fullback, right? He
mm-hmm.
signed 2 years, 7.5. I feel like that he gonna come in the clutch with them. You know how Harbaugh likes to run that run system. Cole Strange, 2-year, 13. Trevor Penning, 1 year, 3.5. Charlie Kohler, former Baltimore tight end, 3-year, 24. Khalil Mack signed back with him. Uh, Tyler Biotis, 3-year, 30. Uh, the Chargers been making some quiet moves here, man.
Yeah, they have, but Tyler Biadasz, Cole Strange, they don't do nothing for me, bro. They don't do nothing for me. Cole Strange was the first round pick a couple years ago. I think Bill Belichick the only one that had him in the first three rounds. So, I mean, that don't move the needle for me. Tyler Biadasz, he getting cut by the Commanders. That's alarming. It's like that don't move the needle for me. And then I don't know who the other interior offensive lineman is, but outside of Joe Alt and the other tackle, Rashawn Slater, and they both coming off injuries,
Trevor
and we
Penning,
know
former first
Trevor
round.
he don't do nothing for me. He couldn't stick in New Orleans, so it's like other than Joe Alt and my guy Sean Slater, and they both coming off injuries. They're one injury away from being back where they were last year on the offensive side of the ball. So Herbert getting beat up. So I they don't D plus for me if I had to give them a grade.
Are you ready?
Who's next? We want alphabetical order.
Yeah. I
Okay, yeah,
actually
I
went to
guess.
the Chargers before I went to the other team.
Well, it don't matter either way. I'm
That's
ready
why
for it.
I just want.
We ain't gonna take long anyway. It's cool because we saw we ain't saw Alex Singleton. Yeah, cool. We got
Eric Stokes signed a 3-year 30.
you
Tyler
hate.
Linderbaum 3-year 81. Jalen Naylor 3-year 35. Quiddy Pay 3-year 48. Malcolm Coons
Mm,
signed for 1-year 11. So much money to spread around.
mm.
Quay Walker 3-year 40. 40 and a half. N'Kobe Dean 3-year 36. Matt Gay, 1 year, 1.6, traded for Teron Johnson for a 2026 seventh round pick and a 2026 sixth round pick. Assigned Thomas Booker to the 1 year tender. Signed a tender to Jordan Meredith, center. The attempted to trade for Max Crosby and that got bounced back, and they still got Max. And yeah, Raiders quite busy here on this free agency with all that money.
Yeah, you kind of have to be, man. Like you have to spend a certain flow. I think the flow is like 100 million. I think for them. So they have a little money to spend. I do like 7 of the 8 moves they made, 6 of the 8 at worst. I think my least favorite move was probably Quiddy Pay. I had to dig into that one. I know that's consensus because everybody want to because Max is not there at the time, quote unquote. Quiddy Pay was the move. I was like, I don't understand that one, but I like the Kuntz move. He's 2 years removed from his injury. I like N'Kobe and I like Quay. They both and Eric Stokes. They all played at Georgia together, so that's some continuity there. Um,
Yo,
Go ahead.
Broncos re-signed Matt Henderson. But go ahead.
Whew, I'm gonna see that red ticker across the screen in a minute. That's a big one. That's a bomb, boy. That's Super
Go ahead.
Bowl. But anyway,
I just wanted to say.
that's all. You can go smoke on the porch after you done with this. We ain't gonna be long. You go ahead. You go ahead and smoke. It's cool. Um, but yeah, man, I do like the Quay Walker, the Kobe Dean, Eric Stokes. I like that. Shaping that defense because the best thing you can do is give your rookie quarterback, and it's no secret that Mendoza is going to be the #1 overall pick. The best thing you can do is give him a good defense who he don't have to feel like he has to do it all or score points every time you get the ball. So I do like those signings. Of course, the Tyler Linderbaum signing is a huge one
You've
because
been speaking about that for a while.
yeah, it was needed. It's needed to happen. He got 27 million, which is like that's tackle money. And we talked about this yesterday. How can you justify you another top 10, top 5 center in the league? Look at Linderbaum's contract and use the agent was like, well, why can't I get that? It's Linderbaum, Creed, Humphrey, and then my guy from Buffalo. They're the top 3 highest paid centers in the league. And like we always say, if you're a bad football team, you got to pay a little extra to get players to come to your team. And I think Baltimore was going to be going like 20 to 22 to 23, and the Raiders just took it up a little, a notch or two. Which if you got to spend the money, you got to spend the money. So, and I'm gonna go back to this Tyler Linderbaum signing. This is a huge one. He's 25. He'll be 26 when the season starts. So he's only a 3-year deal. So he'll be able to hit the out market again at 29. He'll get another bag. But the thing I'm excited about, they're establishing an offensive line, and Linderbaum is being in the league at a young age. Mendoza can just go ahead and be a point guard. Linderbaum's going to call the protections. Hey, he's the Mike. He's going to slide the line. They're not going to put that on Mendoza's plate year one. And then year two, you can start seeing Mendoza. Hey, the Mike he's going to start calling that. Before year one, they get Mendoza settled in. You needed an experienced center that played some big games, AFC Championship games, divisional games. So I do like the Linderbaum signing. Just an all around good day for the Raiders. And then, of course, the big, story that's going around the league now about the Max Crosby and 2 first round picks, that was supposed to come our way, but the Ravens backed out. Everybody has their own story about it. You know what I believe.
Oh, I was
Ravens.
listening to it earlier.
Oh, for sure. Ravens fans, if you're out there, if you're listening to this podcast or just show or whatever, let's know it's beef with your organization for the rest of my life. I don't fool with y'all. I don't roll with y'all. I'm gonna root for y'all to lose every game. I hope y'all go 0-18 next year because your organization is shoddy. It's shoddy, it's shady, it's crazy. Um if you and we're gonna go into it now since we here, right? And you can let me know how you feel about it. You everybody and their mama knew that Max had surgery back in January, and it was a clean meniscus tear, right? It wasn't like a little trim; it was a clean tear. So you got the same medical information that 32 other teams got that wanted to trade for him. Like, why would you agree to a deal? It's like a handshake deal. Yes, we know it's officially unofficial until 4 o'clock today. So you could have backed out technically, but you knew he wasn't going to be ready to about June, July, going to OTAs anyway. But you said no, I got cold feet. Mind you, at the same time, you back channeling Trey Henderson, on the slide, and DeCosta came out today and said, "Hey, we were trying to get Max and Trey."
That's where I was like, what?
I mean, they could have very well have done it, if and it could have worked because you could have kept your two first round picks. But you could have had Max and had signed Trey off the street. But now you get your two first round picks and you got Trey back. I just think it's a little shady. Um, in my eyes, the Ravens can spin it how they want to spin it. You know, the Raiders came out and made a statement. You haven't heard Spatek come out and say anything, and they're not going to say anything. I would like for him to come out and say his piece, but knowing him for the last year and a half, he's a GM that's going to stand in the back and is going to put his head down and do the hard work and just keep moving forward. I mean, it's over with now. It's spilled milk. Yeah, we probably keep him this year. Maybe at the trade deadline, we probably might do something. Now let Chicago or Dallas or Philly might come with something. With you give us a first round pick with conditions if you play X amount of snaps. But I look at this from the personal side, man. You just can't that man flew to Baltimore, went all over there, get ready to uproot his family, and then you come in, you say, "Nah, we cool," and it's like I don't know. I want to cuss, but we know this is a family friend show, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
As an organization, though, don't they have that right to say, make the last minute like, wait a minute?
You do. You rarely do. You really do, and it rarely happens. It rarely happens. So like I said, I'm not too upset about it. I was pissed last night about it, not from because the picks are the picks, whatever. Because you don't know. I don't care who you are, whoever you pick at number 14, not gonna be better than Max Crosby. I promise you, not in year one. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just a simple fact that the way that things came on, the optics looked like I told you last night on the phone, if they end up signing Trey Hendrickson after all this, I'm gonna look at them real funny. And what happened first thing this morning? They
Sandra.
signed Trey Henderson. Signed Trey Henderson. They got cold feet. They got buyer's remorse. And people might say, yes, this is going to like sting the Ravens. It's kind of like raise question marks for DeCosta and Bishotti and the whole organization as well. It's like I'm not saying that people are not going to deal with you anymore, but agents trying to bring that sign with the Ravens, they're going to second guess it. Like, hey, you sure you want to go over there? But I'm learning now that they flagged Michael Brockers for this years back as well. But so it's not a Roger Stafford with the Rams he got flagged by us. He was supposed to sign with us, but Al Davis flagged him, and he went back to the Rams and had a great career. So, but back to what to the original point. Max back with us now. He was at the facility this morning at 6 o'clock getting healthy. Um, I think he'll be with us to the trade deadline. Dallas, if y'all want to do something. Jacksonville, if y'all want to do something. Philly, if y'all want to do something. Buffalo, if you want to do something. You know what it is now. We're not getting two first round picks. The value has dropped. And credit to Max Crosby too. This last 2-3 months, he could have been like CD Lamb and all them other diva guys that make a stink in the media and stay quiet. But he kept quiet, did his thing, didn't tank his own trade value, so
I thought he did enough when he was out there shooting ball after they shut him down for
oh,
a
he
year.
was out there dunking and everything, boy. You remember he was out there. They had a meme on Twitter earlier. Remember NBA Live like '03 where you can be in a dunk contest and they had the dirt and you throw the ball. He'd be out there doing that, man. But I don't know, man. It's a wild situation. This is probably the first time I ever seen something like this in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure your lifetime where you have a superstar player get agreed to a trade and then back out, you know, at the wee hours. But right now he's a Raider for now. He he probably will be into the trade deadline. If somebody get a little desperate come draft night and say, "Hey, we need to get this guy in," they'll make a move. But other than that, good day for the Raiders. Preparing for the future. So
Um, how do you like the pairing of the former Georgia linebackers with
I love it.
Nicole Bean and Quay Walker?
I love it. I didn't think that they're both 25. So and I was talking to my guys in the group chat, and I was talking to Darrell yesterday too. He said Green Bay been playing the Quay Walker out of position, and he'll go back to his original spot as off ball, and the Kobe Dean will wear the green dot, and in Georgia, the Kobe Dean wore the green dot in Georgia, and Quay Walker hit something. He go hit something there for sure. I think continuity is with those two guys is going to be huge, and they both coming from 3-4 defenses. The Eagles and the Packers, so it's not like they're playing an unfamiliar scheme. So, and we're gonna be playing a 3-4 here, so I like it. I like the Terrence Johnson, trade as well, because he with Buffalo, he made some big plays in Buffalo. He
He
probably a
balled.
top 5 slot in the league, as you want to say, along with Eric Stokes, and you got Darian Porter on the other side. So my thing is, will Jeremy Chin play that Nick Eamon Warrior role for Rob Leonard, like in Seattle last year? That remains to be seen. Um, yeah, with that 14th pick, I had a little guess of what I wanted to happen, but that's not happening now. So um, I can see we still add to the secondary a little bit for some depth. Um, Got to get stronger up front. The rookies that we had last year, Tonka, JJ Pegues, they're gonna have to play a little stronger. They're gonna have to step up this year because it's their time. So other than that, man, solid free agency for the Raiders so far. It's just day 3. You're starting to see the transactions come in from the team website. So a win is a win. We're better than we were 3 days ago. So regardless of all the hoopla going on, like are we the best team in the division? No, we're probably still the 4th best team, but we raised the talent floor in the division. It's gonna be a better football team come September and October.
I don't know. I mean, those ponies they haven't really did anything to make themselves better. So we might be looking
Man,
like the team.
the, the only thing y'all did was, losing the AFC Championship game. Then you how your coach come out and blast your quarterback by having 8 surgeries. Then y'all signed Alex Singleton to getting smoked by Saquon Barkley on Twitter right before halftime. So,
Oh, there were others. Let me
oh
let me
yeah, well,
let me get the film after we get after we get
oh
off.
don't do that. You ain't trying to blow my phone. I know you be crying. You had to call your wife and tell you take you back down the south side tonight because you be out here all the pieces. So nah, absolutely not.
The LA Rams, we good on the Raiders, brother. The LA Rams, they traded for Trent McDuffie for some picks, and then they signed Trent McDuffie for a year 124, making him the highest paid cornerback, right?
31 and some change. Yeah.
Yeah, Jalen Watson, former Chief, 3 year 51. Cameron Curl signed back, 3 years 36. Tyler Higbee signed an extension, 2 year 8. Um, Rams Rams making moves that will have them playing football in January, February.
If I wanted him to play in February last season, but I think this season right here, this has to be it. Hey Rams, if y'all want Max Crosby, make the money work. Come on, come get him.
Uh, Miami Dolphins released a bunch of guys, but then they did sign Malik Willis, 3 years, 67 and a half. Austin Jackson got a 1 year, 7 restructure. Signed Greg Dulcich back. I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Could never stay on the field as well. Zane Gonzalez, kicker, signed a 1 year. Josh Uche, 1 year. Um, Bradley Chubb went to a division rival. Yeah, Miami didn't do a whole lot.
They ain't got the money to do a whole lot. Well,
Nah,
not now though, but I mean they're in that Russell Wilson type territory. 99 million dead money. My homeboy, he's a big, Dolphins fan. He said they had to clean house. Mika went to the Jets for a couple late round picks. So yeah, they had to clean house, man. But yeah, I like the Malik. So like, there's two quarterbacks that young that you will want to give upside to, like not give upside to, but have hope for upside for, which was Mendoza and Malik Willis. Malik had been in the league for a while. Third round pick out of Tennessee. It didn't work out. He was behind Will Levis, and he went behind Jordan Love in Green Bay for a couple years. When he got his opportunity to ball out, he balled out. Now he's getting his chance to start, in the league. And think about it, it's a low risk, low. It's not a high risk, high reward. I mean, not a big gamble. It's a 3-year deal. You get 22 and a half a year. If it works out, boom, you got something. If not, it's an easy contract that you can get off in, year 2, year 3. So, and by that time, hey, you'll be trying to hit the T word, tank for another quarterback, which I think Miami they're going to try to do this year. I think they're going to try to tank, but that's my humble opinion. Um, and yeah, man. So I like the Willis. If he wins you 8, 9 games, 7, 8 games, hey, you might have something. Keep building on him. Keep building the roster around him in 2027 and see how far you can take this thing.
Minnesota didn't do a whole lot. They designated Jonathan Allen, Harrison Smith, released Javon Hargrave, who signed with the Packers. They restructured Aaron Jones, signed Tavier Thomas to a 2 year. Um, they didn't do a whole lot either, and they might be in the same position that a lot of other teams are. They don't have the money to. New England signed Kevin Byard 1 year, 9. Romeo Dobbs 4 years, 68. Kind of glad Denver didn't go that route, as I talked to you earlier about that. Elijah Vera Tucker 3 year, 42. Signed Reggie Gilliam, former Buffalo Bill, 3 year, 10-8. Draymond Jones. Oh, Draymond Jones got a three. Draymond Jones got a 3 year, 36. Um, Tommy DeVito signed a 2 year, 4. So New England, making those, not splashy moves like they did last offseason, but they're making noise out there. Release Stephon Diggs. New Orleans signed Caden Ellis to a 3 year, 33.
I like Caden Ellis. He's a solid player, man.
I thought we could be able to get him, but
Yeah, I got Alex Singleton.
Noah Fant signed a 2 year. David Edwards signed a 4 year. Travis Etienne, which is it was a surprise to see him go there. I was expecting him not to go there, but that is his home. So I understand now for New Orleans to watch is what are y'all gonna do with Alvin Kamara? Y'all gonna move him or you know go with
Mm, Let him ride out his career there. Have you? Can I? Let's backtrack for a second. I just had a thought come in my head. Have we talked about Jacksonville yet? Yeah, we talked about
Yeah, we
Jacksonville.
did.
All right, so let's. I couldn't remember. Would you do if you're Jacksonville? Would you send Brian Thomas 2027 first to Vegas for Max Crosby? Would you do it?
Brian Thomas and what?
27-1 or 27 first
Max.
for Max.
Well, I mean, they got Hines Allen there, and then you got what was it, the former #1 overall pick? Was
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got him there, so
Exactly.
I don't think that would be a.
I'm just asking. That's asking.
Um,
Anyway, just think about it. You ain't got to give me an answer right now. If you say no, that's I just
um, No, I don't know about that
Okay. You're a hater, but whatever.
New York Giants. So they made some moves. Greg Newsom, um,
Mm.
Project Pat Ricard. So they did some stuff over here
Hmm.
in New
I didn't know
York.
they signed Greg Newsom. I did not know that.
I'm trying to get a drink. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Uh,
They signed
they
Isaiah
said
Likely as well.
Isaiah like yeah, year 40. Who else? Tremaine Evans, 3 year 36. Jermaine Illuminor got signed, 3 year 39. Um, yeah. So Jason Sanders, a 1 year contract. Evan Neal signed a contract.
Mm.
Harbaugh, making some moves over there.
Would you
For the
call San Francisco for Fred Warner
um,
if he's available?
I would
Okay.
if I'm there.
Yeah, if you're the Giants.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a heartbeat. Um, the Jets, Dylan Parham, 2 year 20. Max Mitchell, 1 year contract. K York, 1 year contract. Geno Smith traded. I thought y'all had released Geno, but it's just like the same thing with the other players that I had asked you about when they the one y'all picked up, Teron Johnson. I thought he got released, but
Yeah.
then, but I guess that he wouldn't be released until the new
So
league,
4 o'clock. Yeah, and they
right?
found a trade partner.
So Geno Smith in a 2026 seventh round pick, for a 2026 sixth round pick. Um, so Geno goes back to where it all began. Minka Fitzpatrick, 3 year 40 extension after being traded for a 2026 seventh round pick. Nashawn Wright, 1 year 5.5. Dane Belton, 1 year 4.5. Demario Davis, that was another one. I know he's on the older side, but I didn't know he was going to be going there. So that is where he started his career as well. 2 year 22. Joseph Aside, 3 year 34. So the Jets be making some moves. David Onyemata as well. You got anything to add on the Jets?
Yeah, I can tell you right there. If Geno Smith, your starting quarterback, Jets, congratulations. You have number one overall pick in 2027. I promise you that for sure.
Wait, but he's a little bit of a different quarterback than he was when he was there. He done played a couple years of high level ball. So
The New York Jets, congratulations. You have the 2027 number one overall pick. You can have your pick of the litter. Gino, I appreciate you for what you did for us, baby. Appreciate you. You done set us up for long term success. Much love. You know, you're a great football player. You are a Raider through and through. Um, I never doubted you. You put the success of the franchise before anything, and I appreciate that about you. You left Seattle. Next year they win the Super Bowl. You go to Vegas, you get the number one overall pick. You go into the Jets, they about to cash in on Archman or whoever the number one quarterback is next year. So Gino boy, you just out here keeping franchises hope alive, baby.
Philadelphia team that hasn't done a whole lot. Jordan Davis signed 3 year 78. Tariq Woolen 1 year. That defense is going to be crazy. Johnny
Mm.
Munt, former Ram tight end, signed a one. Actually, he was with the Jaguars last year, so he signed a 1 year. And then Grant Calcaterra signed a contract as well. That lets me further know that Dallas Goddard might be out of the building.
For sure.
Um,
And they're
going
gonna
to the
beat y'all to Kenyon Sadiq.
yeah, it's just not our year, man. For Pittsburgh, they signed
Going
Darnell
through it.
Savage. It's depressing, man. One game from the Super Bowl, man. So Darnell Savage signed a 1 year. Cam Hayward signed a 1 year 18 extension. It's probably his last one right there.
I swear, keep on saying, man.
Cameron Johnson's the punter signed a 1 year. Jamel Dean, 3 year, 36. Rico Dowdle, another running back that and listen to this, 2 year, 12 and 12.25. Like, yeah, y'all couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't shake it.
Michael Pittman signed a 3 year, 59 extension after getting traded for a late round pick from the Colts. Asante Samuel, 1 year, 4. Cole Holcomb, 2 year, 5. Jonnu Smith got released. Pittsburgh.
I didn't know they extended Pittman. I did not know that.
Yeah, like soon as they traded for him, went ahead and gave him a bag. Then you got 2 receivers, you ain't got a quarterback.
I'm pretty sure, but that's not. Kyler Murray going to Minnesota, so that means Aaron Rodgers will be back in Pittsburgh for another year.
McCarthy, you better see what you got in Will Howard or have somebody.
Stop complaining, y'all got a quarterback. Please, man. We ain't on linebackers
though. Osa Digizua traded to the 49ers for a 2026 third round pick. Man, Dallas loaded up on them picks, ain't it? Jake Tungus, a tight end that I was looking at actually, but
you got Adam Troutman.
2 year, 8 extension. Patrick Taylor signed a 1 year contract. Garrett Waller, 1 year contract. Mike Evans, 3 year, 42.4 to the 49ers. I was not expecting that. But I'm hearing some. I guess he wasn't cool with Todd Bowles.
Oh,
I'm thinking that we'll have to talk to Jay Quimby if he's on the chat somewhere. But that was the last place I would see him go. I wanted to see him go because for San Francisco can't keep wide receivers healthy for squad. And
yeah.
You know how his hamstrings already at the end of the road. So
yeah, but I feel like with them getting Mike Evans, they probably still draft the wide receiver. I won't be surprised if they don't draft him in the first round.
Yeah.
If they don't take so deep from y'all.
Let's hope we go linebacker. Seattle assigned Jake Bobo 1 year what was it, right to refusal tender. Josh Jones, right tackle, signed a contract. Rashid Shaheed signed back 3 year, 51. Josh Jobe 3 year, 24. That was key signing right there. Drake Thomas 2 year, 8. What do you feel about Seattle? Seattle, Super Bowl champs, not really making a lot of moves. But, yeah, what you feel about Seattle?
Well, you know how it is, man. Once you win the Super Bowl, everybody can come pick off the tree. So they got to, reload, restock. They lost their OC. They lost their Super Bowl MVP running back. They lost a couple key pieces in the secondary. Reek. He wanted the reek of O, but he still was a part of the secondary. They kept Josh Jobe, though. That was a plus. They got Spoon. They kept Drake Thomas. They still got their defensive line. So, yeah, it's going to be some minor adjustments, tweaks, or whatever the case may be. Still got JSN. Still got Cooper Kupp. So, I don't think the fall off is going to be as tremendous like people expect them to be. But, everybody picks from the Super Bowl winner. Like, you should know. When y'all went to the Super Bowl 10 years ago, shoot, they were just cherry picking from y'all, boy.
You just gotta. You just throwing shots today.
No, I ain't throwing shots. I'm just, I'm trying. I'm saying you would know. Me or you on this episode right here, you would know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Last time we went to the Super Bowl, I was, trying to figure out why algebra had letters in. I mean, so yeah. So you should know. I mean, I don't know, bro.
I do think that they may be a pass heavy team because look who is the running back over there now. Kenneth Walker's gone. Charbonnet tore his ACL.
Yeah, they still got the draft.
So you still got the draft. So that's what makes me think, all depending on what running back you get and whoever else you get in free agency. That's what makes me think that maybe they're going to be relying on Sam Darnold's arm a little bit more. when you got Charbonnet and you still got Cup over there, I know Cup ain't contributing like he used to, but maybe, and they only got 4 draft picks, so they're going to be looking to move
So
back.
you're no. So I got a theory about that. I got a theory. Since we're talking about the NFC West, look for Arizona to come back up for your boy Ty Simpson, and I think they're going to come up and swap with the Seattle Seahawks or one of those teams picking in the back end of the first round, like almost like the Giants did with Jackson Dart last year. Come back up and get them. Seattle don't have 4 picks. They're losing some key players. They need to get capital. They're going to move back up, move out. Arizona going to move up, get draft Ty Simpson. I know we have argued about Ty Simpson going in the first round, but you said third overall. I was more like, nah, back half of the first. And I think this is a perfect spot where Seattle wants to say, hey, y'all want to come up and get Arizona, y'all want to come up and get Ty Simpson? Come on. So that's the spot for me for Ty Simpson.
I was only saying Ty Simpson third overall because who else is over there other than Jacoby Brissett? So y'all going to run it back with Jacoby Brissett.
Got you.
But then they signed the other backup. So that just said, okay, hey, y'all going in a different direction. Y'all not spinning the block, or y'all not going for Ty Simpson no matter how good the pro day is and all that. So, I get it.
Yep.
Tampa Bay signed Cade Otton, another tight end off the board right there. 3-year, 30. Kenneth Gainwell, 2-year, 14. Alex Anzalone, 2-year, 17. Jake Browning, 1 year, and then signed Sean Tucker to the 1 year, right of refusal. So
Gainwell
I like that Gainwell.
Yeah, I think Gainwell and Bucky Irvin do some of the same stuff though, so that's why I don't understand that signing. That don't make sense to me. They do some of the similar things, so I don't know. Maybe they losing faith in Bucky Irvin. I don't know but
was a little injured last year.
Yeah. So they know more than we know inside the building. So I don't know. So, but the Cade Otton pick, I love it. He played exceptionally well for the Buccaneers last year, so I think that was a well deserved payday. Jake Browning, we seen how bad he looked when he was the damn Bengals backup. They had to get old man Joe off the damn street. Mm-hmm. So and that's whatever. Yeah, man. So good for Odden and good for Rasheed. Kenneth Gainwell. Sorry.
You ready for this? All right. So Tennessee Titans already traded for Jermaine Johnson for T'Vondre Sweat. So now you get another defensive end added to the mix. Mitchell Trubisky, 2-year. Daniel Bellinger, 3-year. Wan'Dale Robinson, as we already talked about prior, 4-year. John Franklin Myers, 3-year. I ain't mad at that. Cordell Flott, 3-year. Alontae Taylor, 3-year. Austin Schleitman, 2-year. Cordell Boston, 1 year. Solomon and you trade for Solomon Thomas. So Robert Saleh trying to get it done through the trenches, especially on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, but I don't. I like some of the players that they sign. I do, but I would have loved to see them help more Cam Ward out a little bit. Yeah. I know they got Wan'Dale. I get it. But I would have loved to see them
Daniel Bellinger.
But I would have loved to see them help him put a little more money on the offensive side of the ball. If that makes sense. But Salah know what he's doing. So
yeah. And with the GM from Kansas City, so Burgundy. I guess maybe they're gonna build a little bit more through the draft. So
sure, he's staring at Carnell Tate at 4, Jeremiah Love at 4, so
Washington, our last team, they signed Amik Robinson, your former boy, 2-year, 16. Larry Tunsil, 2-year, 60. Signed Treylon Burks back. Signed Drake Jackson, Marcus Mariota. Adafe Owe, 4-year, $100 million contract.
Have mercy.
Tim Settle, 3-year, 24, re-signed back. Leo Chanel, this is the one I was mad at. 3-year, 24.
Yeah, I got Alex Singleton.
Kayvon, Levon, Chasen, signed a 1 year, 12. Chig Okonkwo, another tight end off the board, man. Another tight end off the board. 3-year, 30. Nick Cross, 2-year, 14. I saw Rob write about that earlier on Facebook with the Nick Cross sign. Could be very key. Commanders making moves, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I like the. I mean, the old way. Get your bag, young man. But whoo, 100 M's. Woo. But you did have a strong. After you came over from Baltimore last year, you had a strong showing for the last end of the season with the Chargers. So if you can build momentum on that and give them 10 plus sacks through these 4 years, I think it'd be worth the money.
I think they went off that based off potential.
Sure.
Because I mean, it can't be. I don't know how much of it is guaranteed, but and I'm pretty sure it's not a whole 4 year. I'm pretty sure they probably can get out after 2.
Mm-hmm.
So they went off that signing off potential. I understand that.
Yep.
Never know if you get into a different scheme. Dan. What's my man's name?
Quinn.
Dan Quinn. So you never know. But yeah, those are the signings so far. Free agency. Me and Amon could come to you. If we hear anything. Maybe the Denver Broncos signing somebody, actually trading for somebody. Maybe the AJ Brown trade coming in the fold.
If the AJ Brown trade happened today or tomorrow, emergency pod, because just to get this off your chest, we definitely have one.
Yeah, I might go on later on tonight and just I don't know.
You need to call your boys, man. See what's going on over there, bro. And the Wolf
Yeah, I've
Penner
been calling,
family.
man. They ain't been answering the phone. So.
Yeah, they back signing free agents. They sign fullbacks, tight ends, and linebackers and punters. So
that's enough for us. When we went through all 32 teams and all their transactions that they did through free agency. On behalf of Amon, my man right here, Larry Patterson. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It's free. Until then, Amon, you got anything?
no, man, we just in day 3. Now is where folks start. You get the big names out the way. This is where you start building depth for your team. For the draft and backup players and who could probably come in spot start. So yeah, man, this is where I like to dig in and say, this is a 1 year, $3 million deal. This is an underrated signing right here, and it's not gonna make the NFL, ESPN or the NFL Network, but hey, for us diehards, this is a good little player right here for this price,
Yeah.
So this is the time that I like to lock in after day 3 and see who you can get in the second week and third week of free agency for sure.
And these are where those gems that we look at late in the season. These are where these signings we can look back, and that's how they key factors to the team. Hopefully Denver signs somebody. Good night, everybody.